Hello everyone, welcome to this new video on a mini project where we are going to build something very similar to what autocomplete does in modern keyboards. And the idea is that as you are typing something on a keyboard, your messages or anything like that, what the keyboard does is it generates some sort of suggestion. And nowadays in modern times, we hardly type any word, we just use those suggested keywords which are visible in the keyboard top. So first of all, before building such a kind of system, we need to have a corpus. Usually modern keyboard, when they look at your way of typing, they learn those patterns as you are typing and they become better at it because it starts getting more and more data about you, the kind of words you prefer and things like that. But since in our case we don't have any sort of user data, what we are going to do is we are going to take any existing corpus that NLTK offers and we will assume that user types in that manner. So for example, if Shakespeare was a writer and he has a smartphone, and if we have to develop a autocomplete feature for him, then we could use all the Shakespeare's text and generate the autocomplete for exclusively for him. Okay, so let's try it out really quickly. So I'll rename it autocomplete. Or now let's import the NLTK package, and also we would need NLTK corpus, NLTK dot corpus import maybe Gutenberg, because Gutenberg offers the Shakespeare work. Okay, so let's look at Gutenberg dot file IDs. Sorry. Okay, so we have three works of Shakespeare. So I'll write this in a new list. Sorry, I'll wrap it up in a list. Okay, so we have these three works that we can consider for Shakespeare. Now what we can do is we can call out the Gutenberg dot words, and remember we could pass either the name, individual name of the file ID, and also the entire list name. Okay, so what I can do is I can write down here tokens, and let's check how many tokens have we got here. Tokens, so we have got 86,000 tokens. Although from a practical standpoint I feel this is a low amount of data, but still we can get something uh, maybe average looking, but let's try it out. Okay, so the first step is to get the model for bigram. I'm going for bigram. You could try it with trigram. The thing is with trigram, it becomes hard to match stuff. Okay, so that's why people usually go with bigrams, but it depends. If you have huge amount of data, trigram can also work like wonders, and it would be more accurate, since in bigram we will only be looking at the previous word, but in trigram we are looking at previous two words to predict the next word. Okay, okay, so what I'll do is I'll import from NLTK ngrams, and let's create a ngram list. So in ngrams I can pass tokens and the number of gram that I want to produce. Here I want to produce a bigram, so let's check ngrams list length. Okay, since it is a generator, let's wrap it up in list so that we get a list. Okay, so we have around 86,332 values. So ngram list, let's look at first 10 values. So we have these set of values. One more process could have been to remove these kind of brackets, but for now I think it would also help to kind of clean the tokens a bit. Let's clean it. Okay, so for t in tokens, if t dot is alpha, okay, let's see what do we get. Okay, and also if also I want to take only the lower. Now if I check the length of tokens, it's reduced obviously, and also if I rerun it, we don't see those bracket t symbols. Okay, so now we have this clean looking text that Shakespeare must be typing on his smart looking smartphone. Okay, all right, so now that we have this this tokens and n-grams list, the next set of work becomes a lot easier thanks to the nice function by NLTK, which is conditional frequency distribution. So, conditional frequency dist. So this conditional frequency dist, what we can do is we can pass this conditional frequency distribution all the words that are all the words pair that are there in the dictionary, in the list n-gram list that we have. So I'll create a list of tuples. So for w1, w2 in n-gram list, w1 and w2, and I will call it as a model. So this is our model. Now let's print out the model. So we have got around 7541 conditions, and these are not very high in number. Usually in modern scale application, this can range to millions. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create a functionality. So define get, or maybe autocomplete the next word. Usually autocomplete autocomplete gives you suggestion. So there are two ways to autocomplete. Either they give you suggestion, or they act on your behalf and simply fix the word for you. And I feel autocomplete might not be the correct word for the project, since we are suggesting keywords. Autocomplete just autocompletes for you. So rather I think I should we can probably rename it, but let's keep it like this, since in autocomplete the system takes decision on your behalf. But with this system that we are working with, we will be suggesting options to users. So autocomplete the next word, and we need to have a previous word. How many to suggest? How many to suggest? Let's keep it 5 by default. So what we will do is we will take our model, or I think we should also pass model within this function. So we will take our model and we will get a, so, or rather I can say if if previous word in model, then something else, we can have something like return no suggestions. Okay, if previous word in model, then we will get our model, get the previous word, and get the most common, and get how many to suggest. How many to suggest? Now this will return a list, I guess, um, or maybe suggestions. Okay, once we have the suggestions, what we need to do is we need to let's try it out first, so to make sure that we understand what we have here. Okay, so we have a frequency distribution here, dot, and what, how can I get keys? Is it, am I allowed to get keys? I think yes. So what I can do is I can return list of suggestions dot keys. Okay, I think it works, right? So let's see auto complete the next word. I'll pass model. The previous word maybe he, and how many to suggest? Just 5. It says it does not have a key. Okay, let's try returning suggestion as it is. Suggestions, or maybe let's try it out with model he dot most common one. Okay, so it's a list, sorry. So we need to do is we need to take for word frequency in suggestions, take the word only. Okay, so yeah, so I think this is good. Okay, so when I say he, the suggestions are he is, he was, he hath, he did, he will. So that's how Shakespeare would use his auto suggestion. Let's try it out with couple of more times, maybe with she, uh, going, going to, going where, going after. This looks like a pretty powerful system. Maybe use powerful. How, what word are Jesus, not Jesus, sorry, what word are Shakespeare would use after powerful? Let's see. No suggestions. Seems like Shakespeare is not using powerful that much. So maybe tear. Oh, him, tear him. So he wants to tear somebody. Okay, let's write out sack. Okay, no suggestions. Maybe tack. No suggestions. So these seems like a new word to Shakespeare. Maybe I don't know. Auto. No suggestions. Okay, I am not able to identify hath. Okay, hath made hath. Okay, so I think that's it. I would like to stop right here, and I feel you enjoyed this lecture. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice day.